Say your name for the camera and age and height, please.
Hi, I'm Catherine Tate-Hanyak. I am 5'6" and auditioning for the role of Goldie.
Hey, Mr. Monk, it's Kara, aka Little Hawk.
Hello, Mr. Monk. It's Jeff Gonzalez, Chantilly class of 2002, also known as the Count.
Hi, Mr. Monk. It's Axel, or Alex Kuiper, from the class of 2003. What's up, Chantilly?
Happy birthday, Mr. Monk! What?
Hi, Ed. Hi, people I don't know. I'm Keith Lyons, class of 1998.
Hey, Mr. Monk, it's Mandy Morell. I don't know if you remember me, but I definitely remember you. I was class of 1997, and I loved being in theater with you as the teacher.
Hi, Roxanne Paris here, or Rox. I graduated in 2001. When I heard Mr. Monk was retiring, I wanted to send well wishes since I couldn't be there in person.
Retirement? They let him keep teaching?
Mr. Monk, this is Mike Epping, and I am sending in a video to say thank you for...
Hey, Mr. Monk, I hear that you're retiring, and I just wanted to say a few words about it.
Hi, Dave Guess. I was told we were supposed to talk about Monk's going away, so I made some notes.
Hi, Mr. Monk.
Hi, Mr. Monk. It's Shannon Walker.
And Allison Quigley Love.
Class of
2000. Woo!
Hi, Mark Sullivan here, class of 97.
Hi, Mr. Monk. My name is Corey, and why am I saying my name? I don't know, it just seems weird.
Hi, Mr. Monk. I'll never get used to calling you Ed, so you will forever be Mr. Monk.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, Dad! You're asleep downstairs.
He doesn't remember who you are.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's fair.
Hey, Dad. Might remember me, old student, Eddie.
Hi, Mr. Monk. It's Corey, class of 98, and congratulations on your retirement.
This is Teresa Frizzell and Freya.
Mr. Monk, if I weren't in friggin' Pakistan, I would definitely be there for you.
Mr. Monk!
They're so old!
Marley was dead to begin with, there's no doubt whatever about that. This must be distinctly understood or nothing wonderful can come of the story I'm going to relate.
So I was walking along, minding my own business, and then I see this here cottage. It was like real pretty and all.
Marley was his dead at his doornail. Scrooge and Marley were partners. He was his sole executor, his sole administrator, his sole friend, his sole mourner. Scrooge never painted out old Marley's name. There it stood years afterwards above the warehouse door. Scrooge and Marley. Scrooge was a tight-fisted hand at the grindstone, squeezing, wrenching, scraping, grasping, clutching, covetous old sinner. Hard and sharp as flint from which no steel ever struck out generous fire.
So I go on up to it, I ring the bell, and I call out, "Hello!" But nobody answered. So then I sees that the door wasn't locked. So I kinda, pushed it open a little, to see if anyone was at home, and the door popped right open.
Good and self-contained, as solitary as an oyster. External heat and cold had little influence on Scrooge. No warmth could warm him, nor wintry weather chill him. No one ever stopped him in the streets to say with gladsome looks, "My dear Scrooge, how are you? When will you come to see me?" No beggars implored him to bestow a trifle. No children asked him what it was o'clock.
And what do I see but porridge? Ever since I was a little girl, my mother used to make me eat all of my porridge, and if I didn't, there'd be no cartoons and no comic books. So every time I sees a bowl of porridge, I can't help myself. Goldie, don't! I can't help myself!
No man or woman ever once in all his life inquired the way to such and such a place. So Scrooge, what did Scrooge care, was the very thing he liked, to edge his way along the dark and dismal streets, warning all human sympathy to keep its distance.
Members of the jury, I beg you to vote not guilty. Thank you.
Once upon a time, of all the good days of the year, on Christmas Eve, Scrooge sat busy in his counting house. Still got it.
The naming of cats is a difficult matter. It isn't one of your holiday games.
You may think at first I'm as mad as a hatter when I tell you a cat must have 3 different names. First of all, there's the name the family uses daily, such as Peter, Augustus, Alonzo, or James.
Such as Victor or Jonathan, George or Bill Bailey. All of them sensible everyday names.
That was 100% from memory.
100% for Mr. Monk, straight out of 1994 for Drama 1 Finals.
What can I say? I've been a professional actor now for well over a decade. I've been performing in DC and New York and Los Angeles, here in LA. And none of that would have happened had it not been for you, for your encouragement and your guidance, and for teaching me to trust in myself and believe in myself and follow my dreams. Corny as that sounds, that's what I did. So I guess I just want to say, this is all your fault.
I still remember what you said to me on the last performance that I ever had at Chantilly High School. The curtain had just come down. We were all emotional. We were laughing. We were hugging. And you came up to me and you put your hands on my shoulders and you said, "Jeff, I think that for you, theater should just be a hobby, and an occasional one at that."
We're doing a show called The Secret Garden right now, which she's the star of, and I sort of feel like you didn't really prepare me to be deeply insecure around little ones like this. So thanks for nothing, I guess.
Despite giving me a nurturing theater education, your influence has brought me here, on this rock. This is my rock, and it's all that I have. It is a rock that I fought for and had to kill a man for.
I'm doing what I love. I'm working on Broadway. I'm not an actual Broadway theater, but I work on Times Square. Sometimes I'll recite monologues in exchange for food. And sometimes, I don't know, Hello Kitty or Elmo will do a Chekhov scene with me if they're up to it.
My parents wanted me to be a lawyer, and I could have been. I could have been a good one. I could have helped people.
I just hope that you're happy with all the lives that you've touched and brought us all to this theatrical destitution.
It doesn't matter how many times I'm rejected or evicted or how many casting directors have a restraining order on me.
I'm a man in my mid-30s in LA, single, living with a cat. So, there she is. Right there. So thanks for that.
I apologize for not being creative, but remember who taught me.
Monk, it's because of you, you know? So now I'm just going to get out there and I'm going to do what you taught me to do. Lie to myself.
We put just as much preparation into this as you put every day into making your lesson plans, which is to say that we're making this up as we go.
The clipboard, for one. You must have gone through dozens of clipboards. We eventually had to get you a metal one to stop it from breaking. You must, I still remember the pounding where you would pound the back of the chair whenever I would go up on a line or I wasn't projecting.
I don't think I'll ever forget the motivational speech that you gave us on the final dress rehearsal for Fred the Friendly Fork, where you said, "This play sucks. How can I look the people who I cut in the eye when you put on this piece of crap tomorrow night?"
Thank you for once kicking me out of the auditorium, for making somebody laugh. I really learned a lesson from that, and I think I'm a better person because of it, and because of you.
This is Mr. Monk's advice on Children's Show. It's just big, stupid people doing big, stupid things.
Anytime I'm speaking publicly, I've got a tiny Mr. Monk on my shoulder with a yardstick screaming, "Projection!"
Volume, volume, volume!
Volume!
There was one time we were outside the scene shop door, sitting out there with lunch, and Monk had a chili, and it fell on the ground, and he still wanted his chili, so he ate what wasn't touching the ground of his chili. And sat there on the ground next to his chili with a fork.
I got to go every Friday morning, senior year of high school, to Manhattan Bagel with Dad. Every Friday morning. We got bagels. We got bagels, and we would each get a Diet Coke, and then we would sit in the car and eat our bagels.
No, but I really
every Friday morning.
I was a sophomore.
So I still have the chains that I wore when I played Jacob Marley in the first Chantilly production of A Christmas Carol. And a lot of people don't know that for that production, Mr. Monk adapted A Christmas Carol himself because he was too cheap to pay the licensing fees.
One of my favorite memories is of you blasting I'm Only Happy When It Rains in the theater and running up and down the aisles.
Mr. Monk, you always gave me sage advice. Like when I complained to you that people were stealing my Coke cans from the fridge, you said, just do what I do. Lick the top. So at least if they get your Coke, they also get your germs.
Some people might say, you know, you're old.
We're old, which means you're older.
So much older.
You're so old.
It's over. You can't do this to people anymore.
Can't do much anymore. Can't do anything. You're way too old. Stop. Don't do anything. And I have one thing to say about that. You should probably listen, because you're old, and you might be free, but broken hips aren't.
I remember when he brought his kids to school one time, and he taught me that you've got to hit them where the bruises don't show. So now that I'm a mother, that's been really helpful advice.
The first thing you ever said to me was, "Am I going to like you?" And I don't know if you ever did like me, but thank you for casting me in my first ever role as a Chinese boy.
So, right after we graduated, the three of us, Corey, Ringo, and I, were going on a senior trip, and for some reason, you invited us to stay at your family's cabin. It wasn't even your family's cabin, it was your wife's family's cabin. You invited us into your family home for a couple days to hang out with you, and I have no idea why you allowed us into this home, but I've always really appreciated it. I thought that was so wonderful.
So one of my favorite things about working on one of Monk's plays was just how inventive they were, but also how so much he relied on the creativity of us actors, of us kids in the plays. And then my favorite experience was doing A Christmas Carol with him, and how so quick we had to get that play together, and how so focused we all were and dedicated to it. And it was just truly a remarkable experience.
Many of the lessons I learned from Mr. Monk still have stuck with me today. So, one, it's okay to look silly. People don't care what others think, are having a lot more fun than the people that do. I feel like you were like everybody's crazy awesome dad, and you could joke around and have fun and laugh with us, but you also commanded respect and got the best performances out of everyone that you could, because we all wanted to impress you and make you proud of us. So
you should just be aware of just how much of an inspiration you have been. I know that you don't want people giving you sappy things, but it's true. You are an inspiration.
Ed Monk was a great teacher, a great director, a successful writer, still is, but he was an advisor and a friend at the same time.
I hope that you do recognize just how much you mean to all of us, because we certainly recognize that this is the end of an incredible era.
My memory is becoming a local Munchkin celebrity after doing a skit in class. Thank you, Mr. Monk, and congratulations.
I just want to say congratulations on your retirement, and, I really miss you. We all really miss you.
Happy retirement.
We love you.
We're gonna stay with you all the time.
Forever.
Mr. Monk, we wanted to wish you the happiest of happy retirements, and thank you so much for being such an awesome teacher.
So inspiring.
Congratulations on your retirement, Mr. Monk. Thank you for teaching me so much.
What a tremendous achievement, Mr. Monk. Your retirement, it's awesome. Your years of teaching.
Thank you so much for being the single greatest teacher I've ever had. Thank you.
Enjoy your retirement. You're now free to play all the spider solitaire you want.
Saying congratulations, Mr. Monk, for retiring. Is that it?
Yeah.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
She's
crying.
No, I'm not. My voice gets shaky when I have to talk. We love you, Dad. Love you.
Love you.
Congratulations. You're the best teacher I ever had.
Thank you for everything. Much love.
Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for being the patriarch for many years to the wonderfully weird family that is the Chantilly Theater Department. You're the best.
Thank you.
It's lies, I tell ya. It's all lies.